Hey everyone, it's Neil here with Wasted Paper. I used to do videos like this early on in the channel that I would call story time, and I figured since I just finished moving, I have a new space if you can't tell. I also have a new desk. This is a standing desk, so I can actually stand up, which feels quite a bit more comfortable when I'm filming. But since we're still kind of living out of boxes right now, I don't have the setup and the desk and everything really how I want it. So this actually is a good time to do maybe a little bit of a story time. Feel free to skip all of this if you want. But I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the history of my channel over this year, over this course of gaining 20,000 subscribers, and a little bit of why I started my channel in the first place. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Neil. I have this channel called Wasted Paper. My naming of the channel, for those of you curious, it's actually from a line I heard from Neil Gaiman. He was talking about like writing a rough draft for a story, and he said something along the lines of, you can't critique or edit a blank page. And I thought about that for a while, and when I did art all the time, I always got like an anxiety if I had like blank pages that weren't like being used, like I knew I had to do a piece or something like that. I kind of took that and spun it around into the idea of wasted paper. So paper that is blank sheets of paper are technically wasted. Their life duration is complete, they are what they are supposed to be, but until they're used and properly used, they're wasted paper. So that's kind of where I came up with the idea of the channel name, and I actually like it. I think it's grown on me, but I think a lot of people don't know what it means, and that's fine. I like some, you know, a little bit of nuance there, but it's about the idea of a blank piece of paper should be used. So that's the name. One little thing before I go into the entire story of my channel is why I started YouTube in the first place. First off, I had tried YouTube before in the past for video gaming stuff. I tried a little bit of art stuff. Nothing really stuck. For this, I had gotten into fountain pens and I was enjoying the hobby. I would say I was in it about, let's say a year at the time, maybe a little less. Like anyone else, I get a lot of my information on pens from YouTube. Listings are great. I love pen sites, but the YouTube videos is really where you get to learn the most and see the most. So I was watching a few different channels, one of them being Blake's Broadcast, who I still watch today, and I got to meet him, amazing guy. I also watched Doodlebud, which I never met him, but I got to talk to him a little bit. And I did a parody of one of his videos, which I could do that way better. I need to do more parodies. If you guys want more parodies, please comment that down below. I would love to do more parody videos. I think they're so freaking funny. Fig Boot, which I got to meet him, and I know a lot of people know him. He's probably the biggest creator on the platform for fountain pens, but I got to meet him and buy a pen from him in person. Super cool. Anyways, I watched all these people and I saw a video from Fig Boot. I don't even remember which pen it was, but he was releasing a collaboration pen. And I was like, you can do collaborations as YouTubers? This was like eye-opening to me, because every hobby I had been into prior, and there's more than just the ones I listed, collaborations are like unheard of with just like people in the community. So when I saw that was an option, I was like, dang, let me research it. I actually asked Fig Boot, you know, how did you do this? And he said something along the lines of, you know, I have my channel, I built up an audience. You just kind of have to show these brands that people will, you know, it's a business, they'll want to buy stuff from you. So I was like, okay, we're probably gonna have to start a YouTube channel if we want to do that. I, at the time, really didn't want to do that, I'll be honest with you. The time it takes to do a YouTube channel, at least at the rate that I want to do it, it's a lot of time. So I wasn't fully convinced, but the idea never left the back of my mind. Then, shortly after, I saw some pens come out, and one of them was the Dusk. And if you haven't seen my video on that, I do have a review of that pen. But the Dusk was a gorgeous, perfect pen. I will say it's perfect. I will say it. It was a Hatch collaboration from Pens in Turquoise Brown. Her name is Kathy. And I saw that pen and I remember wanting it so bad. But anyways, I saw that and it was another collaboration with a YouTuber. And I was like, okay, we're gonna have to do this. How are they doing this? How are they getting these collabs? Because I don't even know how you would like go about talking to these brands. So the Fig Boot one, he messaged brands directly and I tried to do that. Some brands talked back, a lot of them didn't, I'll be honest with you. And that's just something you have to take and, you know, it ebbs and flows. You'll get some good, some won't. But the Dusk was through Hatch, which is a secondary brand of like endless pens. I went to their site, I looked it up. I was like, okay, you can submit a pitch. Let me do that. So I built a pitch on my iPad, and this is so funny. So I built the pitch And I go back to the thing. I spent a few days, I'm not gonna act like I made the pitch overnight. I did not. So I go back and I go to submit the pitch. And when I go to submit it, it asks you for your socials. I don't have socials, like not real ones, you know, not geared towards this. So I was like, I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to make socials. So I made my YouTube. And that's truthfully where it started. It's so funny. Like I wanted to do collaborations. So I created my channel. And from there on, I mean, there's a lot of history and here's what happened. I actually made a post a while back on my community page before I even planned on moving. And since then we had moved, so I haven't gotten around to film that giveaway, but I can do that now. So on that post, I asked if people wanted a bunch of small ones or a big one, and a big one won. I am shocked. I'll be honest with you. I thought small one was gonna win. Last year, for people that weren't following me, which is probably most of my subscribers at this point, throughout December, I did an event myself, which I called 12 Days of Giftmas, where I was giving away things for 12 days of that month. And being new at YouTube, that was actually really hard to do. I didn't have the best like formula, method, anything like that. I'm a little bit better now, so I think we got this. So my channel has been around for a little over a year now. It sounds like not a lot of time, but at the same time, it does sound like a lot of time. I've been able to accomplish so much, and it's all thanks to everyone that has enjoyed my content, has talked about my content, has shared my channel, things like that. It means the world to me, and I'm just gonna list off some of the things I gotta do because of you guys. My first video was published over a year ago, as I already said, and it was on the Leonardo Polydricia Juma. It was a collaboration with Stylographica. I don't remember how I said it in that original video, but I think it was worse than I just said it now. So it means I'm improving. I did that video and I think it got like 200 views, maybe even less, but it was just like a first try, a step. I just wanted to dabble in it to see how it would go. If I saw 0 views, I probably think I would have kept going. I would have kept trying, but getting over 100, I just remember being like, what's happening? Like people are watching my stuff. Anyways, fast forward, I continued to do YouTube videos. I did some other ones where I did like unboxings or inkings or different things. I tried different stuff. There was a point when Fountain Pen Revolution had reached out to me and they actually gifted me a pen. I have it in one of my boxes, but I'll link the videos or you can go back to my channel and see them. But I remember getting that and being like emotional. I was like, no way, this is like, people are doing this. Like, I didn't really have words. I don't even know what you say. I was like, of course I would love to have free stuff and talk about it. I'm already buying it now. Why wouldn't I like that? I think I got to around 500 subscribers and I remember applying for Atlas Stationer's affiliate program and I got approved. And I don't know how like strict they are by no means, but when I got approved, I remember being like, I almost teared up. Like, I won't even lie to you. I remember going home, getting off of work, and at that time I was actually at a different job. I worked in fulfillment where you're working 14 hours a day or more. It was just a lot. And anyways, I remember getting home and seeing that and I was like emotional. I was like, oh man, I might cry right now. And that happened. Really, really cool, really, really awesome experience. And then keep going, some more months pass. I won a giveaway from Endless Pens. That was an awesome package. I got so many free things and I actually believe I gave some of that away. It's been a while now, so I don't fully remember. After that, I had Conklin, Jaffa Brands, sorry, not just Conklin, Jaffa Brands give me a package and they gave me pens. It was so awesome. This was around December, I can't forget this. They gave me a package of pens to keep and to give away. And I was like, gasp. That's crazy. And it was a package that was not cheap. If we're talking retail, I would say that package was over, it was over $500. I mean, just 4 pens, 4 inks, and then the stuff to give away, like it was unreal. And that's a brand, if I don't talk about Jaffa Brands enough, I should. I think that they do such good things, and then their entry stuff, I'm a big fan of. I really like what they're doing there with all of that, and then I like that they're also trying to innovate. They did all those new models, which I guess it was last year now, but they did the Innova Ombre, the Dakota, and the MP1, and they're still doing all of them. So I like that a lot about that brand. Anytime you want to make new models under $100, hit me up, I'm all for that.
You know where to find me.
I remember at that point, I had gotten up to around 1,000 subscribers and I thought, okay, now I will submit a hatch. I think this is the time for me to do it. I already had my design done by this point, but I was like, let's just see, you know, let's wait and let's see. So I submitted my hatch. I remember it took a while. I'm not gonna say it was instant. Let's say like 3 months or 4 months. Oh my God, I meant weeks. It was like 3 weeks or 4 weeks. And I remember getting home from my job. At this point, I had just started working at a restaurant. So I got home from this, and this job I had to commute to. It was the first time I've ever had to like fully commute to work. So I get home, don't even know what I'm doing. I'm probably playing games in the living room or something. I pass out on the couch, I wake up, and just instinctively, I would always check my messages because everyone at work like relies on me. So I'm used to getting those kind of messages at any time throughout the day. I pass out, wake up, it's like 1 in the morning. My wife is pregnant at this time. You'll see why that's important in a second. I get the email saying my hatch was approved. And it's actually for a pen that isn't out yet, so you'll see it at some point. It got delayed for some other reasons, but it was approved, and I am not joking. I teared up. My eyes were wet. I had to tell my wife, she's asleep. Bear in mind, she's pregnant, she's asleep. I'm gonna get myself in trouble. So I go into the room, and she's just laying on her side asleep, beautiful as ever, but I have to tell her this. So as gentle, as calm as I can, I just, little shake. I don't want to do it. You don't want to make him mad, a little shake. And she's like, what? I could not talk because if I spoke, I know I was going to crack. I know I would cry. Like, I'll be honest, I knew it. So I just show her my phone and I like put my head down on her side. I don't know how manly this is, but this is all true story. And she reads it and then she hits me with the, oh my God, I'm so happy, but in the sweetest voice, and I lost it. I cried, bro. I was broken up in a good way. I just was like, this is crazy. I felt like why I started in the first place finally came full circle. I gotta do this. As someone that's a creative that has done like, I've done art before. I tried to make not a living, but I tried to do some things more passable. You can see some pictures here. I felt like, holy crud, man, I did it. It was like that moment of accomplishment that was just surreal, you know? And I had no idea that, you know, that kind of release or where this would lead to, all this other stuff, whatever happened. But I know at that moment, I was just like, oh my God. Fast forward from there, I actually started talking to Tom from Goldspot, and I truthfully don't even know how that conversation started. Maybe I emailed them. I don't know, like it's been so long. But I was in talks with them, and Tom gave me a pen for Fountain Pen Day last year. It was an Opus 88 Mini. I never tried an Opus before, and it was one of those moments again where like, I am not strong emotionally. Like I am, but at the same time, like when you keep having good thing after good thing, like no one is like bulletproof. It was just, it was affecting me. And no, so they gave me that pen and I got to do a video. They even gave it a few days early. So I got to release it on the day of Fountain Pen Day. And that was my first Fountain Pen Day I've ever like, I don't know if you want to say celebrated. So I got to do that. And it was awesome. So that one was really good. And then after that one, I got back into talks with Goldspot to do the pen that did come out, the Cape May. I did that one with Novelar. That was actually my first collab release to even come out, but I got in talks with them to do that. And I remember sending multiple designs. I probably had like 4 or 5 different designs that I thought were good. And that's the one we went with. And that one makes the most sense because realistically no brand could do that but them. They're based over there, you know. It all worked out really well. I remember when I first got this in hand, there was a moment where it wasn't till like a little bit later that it like hit. It was late at night. It was probably like 2 or 3 days after the release, and people were tagging me, which I love. If anyone buys anything, even if it's not like my collab, if you buy anything because of me and you love it, please tag me. Like it's those like gratitude moments where like you get reminded it's all worth it, right? I remember sitting down at my desk, this desk that's behind me, and I was just writing. I was using this pen, and I just stopped. I looked at it and it just set in. And at this point, like no one's in the living room, it was just me. I teared up again, always my toughest moments. It was awesome. And I can't thank anyone enough for that. It's everyone involved. It's Goldspot, it's Endless, it's Hatch. It's all these brands that have done so much amazing things. And then all my subscribers that watch and all the people that come and say hi to me and just, oh my God, it was awesome. And certain moments don't set in until I'm just like, it's late at night. everything's quiet, and you're left there with your own thoughts. You see stuff and it's surreal. It's awesome. It's so awesome. But I did get a do, as many of you know, this book right here. Ignore the one to the left of it. That was the Cheshire Cat, which I have mine right here inked up because I enjoy this pen a lot. Obviously, I'm a bit biased. And when I got that opportunity, I remember kind of almost questioning it, not outwardly, but inwardly. I remember Endless, and I'm sure there was some part of them that were like, can he even design this? Can we get a good theme? Whatever, what have you. But I remember outwardly to them, I was like, I got it, I'll kill it. I got this. Design a pen model, that ain't nothing. But inwardly, I was like, what the fuck? You know, like I gotta do this. So I put on my big boy jeans and I got my iPad. I went through a bunch of stuff of different pens Magna Carta's done, different things they've done, because I wanted to stand out, be different. I was able to do that. That model came out, and you're always questioning it until people get the chance to purchase it, because that's how you can find out if it's actually good. Beyond just me thinking it's good, right? You need the proof. And it sold out within 12 hours. And even I was like, no way, bro. I wasn't expecting that. I truthfully, and I swear to you, I told Kev this, the owner of Endless, I was like, man, if we sold 10 in the first day, I would just be over the moon. It would make me feel so good, because it's one of those, like, you know, is it good enough? Did I do good? Will people like this? And I was so sure. But until I saw, I didn't know. And it went super well, and the reception for that's been so good. They even restocked it recently, and I think they have like, it was like 5 or something. I don't know what it's at now, but surreal, super surreal moments. What is so funny is I actually talked to Endless Pens later on, like the owner Kev. Like, obviously I've gotten a lot closer to them and almost everybody I've worked with, but I talked to them and they'll accept pitches from people that don't have like big socials. My mindset was like, I had to get a social that was maybe not super big, but substantial enough. I come to find out like that wasn't even necessary. Like, they would accept people with like 500 or even less if it's like a good pitch and it's good content. And I was just like, oh, we did so much work to get here. Just to hear that, it was one of those like, oh God, we're not gonna stop. I'll never stop. I'm still here, don't get me wrong. But I just thought it was super funny that I started because of that. And then when I got it, I found out that like, I didn't necessarily need it, or at least not to the extent that I did. So now we're here, present day. I have multiple releases coming out, many things people can hopefully see coming soon. The last release that just came out, my Stephanie Blue ink, very cool. But what you're all here for is actually the giveaway. So I'm gonna go straight into telling you everything we're gonna be giving away in this video. And again, it's a big thank you to everybody that helped me get here. All of this is because of the help I've received and from tons of people in my life. And yeah, so let's get into it. For the giveaway, the second video on my channel ever was on a traveler's notebook. So boom, we have a traveler's notebook here. And this is in the olive color, which is actually the color that I had for my first notebook ever from Traveler's Notebook. I also bought the pen holder. Just forewarning, this pen holder won't hold every single fountain pen. It's rather small, so I'm sorry there, but it will match. I got the same color, that matches it. Next up, we have an ink. This is my newest ink collaboration, or I say newest, my only one currently. And it is called Stephanie Blue. I worked with Monteverde. The reason I worked with Monteverde on this ink is because they were one of the first ink brands I ever bought ink from. When you first get on the hobby, everything seems and feels really expensive. Even when you're fully in it, it's still expensive, I'm not gonna pretend. But with Monteverde, I can make a much more affordable ink. So that's what I did, and I'm gonna share that with you. Off to the corner here, I forgot this. This one is a Lamy box, if you're wondering what kind of pen this is. For those of you that don't know, and I probably don't talk about it enough on my channel, but the Lamy Studio is my favorite pen. I don't know if I've ever done a review on it. The pen has just like been around so long, I don't know that it's fully worth it or anyone wants to hear a review from me, but I love this pen. I say it's my favorite pen, and I probably stand on that. If it's not, it's really dang close. I own a lot of them. I continue to buy this when new colorways come out. I think this is just such a good pen. It's better than the Safari, and I even like it more than the 2000. You can hate me in the comments down below. The Studio is a gorgeous pen, and this colorway is the matte rose gold colorway. I don't remember if this was a special edition colorway, but I believe it came out in 2023. I collect the Studios. Anytime a new colorway comes out, I pretty much buy them. And I'd like to share that joy with someone else. This has a medium nib on it, for those curious. The Studio to me though, gorgeous pen. I love the design, and if you don't love the Studio or think it's the best Lamy pen, you're wrong. Anyways, the last one is going to be a pen, and this one I debated on. I thought about doing the Dusk because it is in stock again at Endless. That pen inspired me so much and really helped me early on in the journey. But I was like, you know, I have something in the personal collection that could be a little bit better. At least it's a bit more rare. This is another pen that is a collaboration between Hatch and Pens in Turquoise Brown, the same person that made the Dusk. This pen is called the Orion. This pen came out earlier this year and it sold out. I was fast to grab this because I love the Dusk and I'm gonna support Kathy's work after that every time. I feel obligated to. I have no idea if Endless will ever restock this. These are not numbered and they've restocked the Dusk. Her pens are just so successful. I hope that you can see. This is a really good looking pen. I think that Kathy just knows what she wants on a pen and she just makes killer work. The resin on here is from Jonathan Brooks, and then obviously the pen is Kilk. There's so much to love here. And my hope is maybe, just maybe, this pen could inspire people and inspire whoever wins to do something like what I did. You don't need to go as extreme or be as like me at all, truthfully, be your own person. But I think that if this could inspire you to kind of want to create your own pens or something like that, it would mean a lot to me because that's what happened with me with the Dusk. So I figured let's take something out of the personal collection that at least right now is impossible to get, and just I think all of this stuff really it's the perfect little package. So to recap it all, you have the Traveler's Notebook, the original color that I started with a pen holder. You have a Stephanie Blue ink, which is my collaboration ink. You have a Lamy Studio, which is by far the best Lamy pen without question. And then you have the Orion, which is a sold out Kilk pen that is just amazing. I would love some support in this. If you guys could reshare this video, reshare this giveaway, share it on socials, tag me, tag friends, whatever. It would mean the world to me. I want to try to continue to grow my YouTube, obviously. I'm trying slightly to grow Instagram. I'm not going to make anything essential there, but if you want to tag me on there, share the giveaway, share the Instagram, I would love that. That would mean a lot to me. That being said, to enter this giveaway, I'm going to make it very easy. I just want you to comment down below and put the first video you saw from me. It could be a video that I was featured in, whether that be Gold Spot or Endless Pens, or I don't know where else I'm featured. Oh, Alexandra, I did an interview with her. Any video that I was featured in. Or it can be a video from my channel, you know, obviously, I like that. So wherever you saw me first, that's rule 1, please comment that. And then for the second rule, if you can also in that same comment, just tell me your favorite release of the year so far. Doesn't need to be mine. I want it to be, but it doesn't have to be. I'm completely fine. There's been a lot of good releases this year, and I'm not gonna act like I didn't pick up plenty of things like everybody else. So don't feel obligated to say it's anything of mine. I really just want to know other people's, because that's why everyone does this, not just me. All of these brands love to see that. I know they do. There's people behind them, and every single one of these brands just, they take pride in their work. And when you get that kind of affirmation, it just feels great. And then for the last 2 rules, these are really easy. Obviously you should be subscribed to my channel, but I'm gonna make it a rule. You have to subscribe if you want to win this giveaway. And then also like the video. When you guys like the video, it really helps the algorithm kind of push my content. So I always ask everybody to do that, but this one specifically, please like this video, help me make this big, help support the channel. All of this stuff I paid for out of pocket. I had no sponsorship for any of these things. So it's not exactly easy to do that, especially since we just moved and I have a new daughter. That's amazing. If you guys can do those things, you get a chance to win. I'll pick the winner probably a week from now, generally is how I do it. The date will be posted here. And on that date, what I'll do is I will make a community post and I will tag you. You will have 48 hours to claim it. After 48 hours, I will redraw. I've only had a few people miss out, but you don't want to do that. So make sure you pay attention to my channel. But all that being said, thank you everyone for watching. I'm excited to be able to do this, and I look forward to giving this stuff away to whoever gets it. And again, as always, thank you for watching. My dog's walking around.